Hey, this is Pastor James, and welcome back to this online devotional experience called Cultivating Image, where we explore what it means to be formed and shaped by the image of Christ, as opposed to all the other expectations of the world around us that would seek to shape us in their image. We are using the Gospel of Matthew as the focal point, and we are tracking along with a devotional resource by Tom Wright called Lent for Everyone. If you haven't found it, you can go to the YouVersion app and look into the reading plans, search the reading plans for Lent for Everyone, and make sure you find the one for the Gospel of Matthew and follow along with us. And I encourage you to continue to share this video and this site with your friends. We would love to have them participating. It would be great to have as many people as possible take an opportunity to reflect together, comment together on these posts, to see what we can learn from one another about what it means to be shaped into the image of Christ and to be image bearers of Christ in the world. Today we get to that favorite passage of the Gospel of Matthew called the Beatitudes. We're going to be reading from Matthew 5, verses 1 through 11. Matthew 5, 1 through 11 says this: Seeing the crowds, he went up on the mountain, and when he sat down, his disciples came to him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when others revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Matthew 5, 1 through 11 is what we call the Beatitudes. And a lot of people read this and think, well, this is a set of rules that we're supposed to follow. The fact is that they're not. This has not become a preaching series in which you go through each one of the Beatitudes and figure out how to be more merciful or how to be more poor in spirit. They're not rules to follow. They're the beginning of the Sermon on the Mount, and they are promises that Jesus makes to us. They're promises that Jesus makes to say that he will enter our lives, and wherever we have a lack, wherever we have a need for him to meet us and our longings and our brokenness, he will be there. These are promises, and I hope you believe that when God makes a promise to you, it's not like when a person or human makes a promise in which we maybe or maybe not will fulfill it. When God makes a promise, you can trust that he will fulfill it. In fact, you can assume that it is already done. It is that guarantee that when Jesus makes a promise, you can go ahead and count that it has been completed. What I encourage you today is to go back and read the Beatitudes on your own. Let them sit with you for a while. Take each one of them and let them sink in a little bit. And I encourage you to think about, where does your need line up with those Beatitudes? Are you struggling because people are persecuting you? Are you struggling because you're trying to honor God and not participate in the kind of dog-eat-dog tactics of this world, and you feel like you're losing out? Are you weary? Are you not being treated with mercy? Reflect on those questions and look at those Beatitudes. And I hope you understand that to follow Jesus and to trust him is to know that you're guarantees of the promises of the Beatitudes, that God will fulfill them in your life, that you will be blessed. That's the promise that's made, that God is going to bless you wherever you have a need, wherever you're longing, wherever you are hurting and you're wanting wholeness. Jesus has the power to do that. That's just his amazing love for us. And so I would encourage you to just pray about that today. Lay out your heart to God. Let him know where you're struggling. And do that with the confidence that Jesus has already predicted that these are the kind of things that we're going to experience. And he's already promised that when we bring them to him, when we be honest with him, when we're transparent with him, that he is going to satisfy us in a way that we would never imagine, and certainly in a way that this world cannot offer. We're blessed because we have a God who makes promises and fulfills them. Can you trust Jesus to fulfill those promises? Where do you need him? Be honest and let him know. And see if he does not enter your life in a special way and begin that work of restoration and healing. I've experienced it in my own life. I know many people have. That Megan and I have walked some pretty difficult journeys and have been broken and left hurting as a result of them. And we've cried out to Jesus. And he has brought us through those times and has done that work of healing and restoration and made us whole. There's nothing like it. And so I would encourage you, I want you to trust that Jesus can do that in you, and in doing so, bring you peace. And I hope God does that for you today and these coming days as you trust him and let him know where you need healing.